Ka-chow! What's poppin', pumpkin heads? It's your boy Sweet Lou out here with a field trip. I took a trip today out to Sauvie Island, which is off the west of the Willamette River, south of the Columbia River on an island. It took 3 bridges for me to get here. And this particular place is like a grow and pick your own consumable to the public, but they also sell pumpkins and fruit to places like local Safeways and things like that. I wanted to check and see their pumpkins early in the season, see how they're doing, lining up for Halloween. And I'm happy to say I found the pumpkin field. It's not where it was last year. I went where it was last year, and they were instead growing what turned out to be sunflowers, which I guess is part of the rotation. I don't know if it's like a 2 or 3 year rotation, but they were pumpkins last year. They're sunflowers this year. Who knows what they'll be next? But now I'm in this patch, and I just want to talk to you about what I'm seeing. So I'm in here. First thing I'll say is I took a few steps away from the ground, and the soil is very, very soft. So this soil is very, very tilled. I saw some of the machinery they use to like work it all up, so it's very soft. So I don't want to step too far in, but I will say I found one pumpkin plant that is sort of struggling, and then a bunch of other pumpkin plants that are growing in sort of like a bundle or a dome. They don't seem to have set out runners like my plants done. Either it's not that part of the year for them yet, or they're growing in more of a bush sort of formation than a vine with a primary and secondary, and like the Christmas tree pattern that my pumpkins are growing in. So they also seem, I noticed, very tight. So they're growing them at the top of these furrows, and from what I'm seeing, it's only like 3 feet in between pumpkins, and now they're all making these little domes that are about 2 feet like tall, or 2 feet radius, half circles all throughout here. And I've also noticed, which may be intentional or not, is these plants here, which I'm not sure what they are, but they have shown up a lot and regularly, and I suspect that they're pollinators. So what I think is that they've broadcast pumpkin seeds and these pollinators throughout this entire field, and once you get both of them going at the same time, pretty much every female flower that flowers will get pollinated because there's so many pollinators around. This is just a hypothesis of mine, though. But it's really exciting to see that it's mid-July. It's the 21st, 22nd today. And there's no pumpkins around. I saw 1 or 2 that had been wild, that had grown on the side of the road, that were producing little fruits. But the ones that are going to grocery stores and stuff are still not even flowering much yet. There's 1 or 2 male flowers, very early flowers, which means that they're starting to get into their flowering phase. I asked a little bit about a worker who came up on like one of those 4-wheelers. I asked him how they water this, and they said the water comes from the river, and they pipe it down little causeways, and then those causeways they pump into little irrigation ditches, and then from those ditches they have basically soaker pipes. I asked him if they use those big pipes on wheels that you see sometimes in bigger things, where it's a pipe all the way through the side of a field on a metal wheel, and they'll roll it across and it will mist. And he said they don't use those for the pumpkins. But anyways, it's very exciting to be out here. I can feel like just the vivaciousness of this field, and I wanna come back and do another field trip probably in a couple weeks and see how this progresses, because we're comparing the commercial, like grocery store pumpkin market to what we're doing like in the backyard and at the garden. Anyways, that's it. Catch you later, pumpkin heads.